trophy when I turn my back. Oh, don't worry. With Ned Pickens on the job, there'll be no more murder.
Wait a minute. Who's out of this room?
Armstrong.
The insurance guy. He's the one I suspected all along. Let go! Help! Quick! Help! Help! It's in here. Huh? Here. Armstrong! Quick, the ape that went out that window.
All right.
What do you want to do? Let it get away?
All right. Let's hear what happened.
Well, after I left Fells's room, I came in here for a handkerchief. The incense was burning. Then all of a sudden I heard the tom-toms, and the ape climbed in through that window.
I suppose you expect us to believe that, Huey.
Well, what do you mean?
Find the apes?
No, no apes.
What about the garage?
Not from there.
Do you hear that? We've combed this house and grounds from end to end, and there's no apes around. You're the guy that called our attention to this instance before. You know what I think?
What?
I think you're the murderer. And this last gag of yours is just a stunt to throw suspicion away from yourself.
Why, that's absurd.
I've been listening to some of your talk, and I know what your purpose is.
You're crazy.
Yeah, crazy like a fox. You cooked up this whole thing for one reason.
And what's that?
So as you could sell a lot of insurance.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my
Lawyer,
life.
Clancy, put him under arrest, and then there won't be any more murders.
Water.
She's dead. That Poco spirit sure let her down. How's he?
He'll be all right.
What happened?
It was terrible. Miss Walker felt faint. She started towards the French window to get some air. Suddenly the tom-toms began. The ape came through the window. She screamed. He grabbed her. That's all I remember. I must have fainted.
Well, Mr. Big Shot, I guess that lets me out.
You can save yourself the trouble, Inspector. I assure you that ape is quite dead.
It's ridiculous, keeping us cooped up here like this. 3 people have been killed already. The house is bewitched.
Mr. Ellis, you are our attorney. I insist, Mrs. Potter insists, that you take means to get us out of here.
My clients are perfectly justified in wishing to leave here, Inspector. You have no right to make them stay here to become victims of whatever's going on in this house.
You're no closer to the solution of this mystery than you were after the first murder. Boy, you ought to get a medal for the way you gummed this case up.
This isn't a case, it's an epidemic.
Telephone. Phone.
Hello. Oh, hello, Bud. Yeah, I'm up to my neck in apes. Come on out. We got 2 bodies for you now. By the time you get here, it'll probably be an even half dozen. We'll wait for the coroner, and then we'll call it a night. Cigarette.
Cigarette.
When the coroner gets here, why, we'll take a statement from each of you as to what you did and saw last night. And then we'll all meet at the district attorney's office tomorrow.
Where? Clancy, cover that door. Cover everything. Look there. Is it
Looks suspicious. Let him have it. Well,
Hello?
what do you mean, hello?
Oh, just hello.
Where have you been for the last half hour?
Oh, here and there.
Yeah, well, just what have you been doing here and there?
Oh, this and that.
Do you know anything about this Tom?
What's his last name?
Say, listen, you. Pop out with a good alibi or I'll pinch you for murder.
The only way that you can prove that you're not a murderer around here is to get yourself killed.
Batutore Varenda.
What'd she say?
She thinks I should go out into the garden and get some air.
Well, all right. Don't try to make a getaway. There's a cop out there. Who's that? Where? At the door. Oh, fire! Crazy! They got me! Turn off the lights!
Where's the rickshaw?
Be calm, everybody. Be calm. Who's dead or missing? Smith. Where's Smith?
He's gone.
Yeah, I figured that out, too. Where are you going?
I'm going to find Mr. Pren. He may be hurt.
All right.
Inspector.
What?
Read this.
What do you make of it?
This is the second note I've had like this. The man who writes them evidently knows what he's writing about, and I suggest that we follow his instructions.
Well, I should say so. If you don't value your lives, I value mine.
Say, remember, this is a frame-up of yours. Pickens will be right with you. Clancy, go out and find Penn and that Hindu woman and tell him I want him at the district attorney's office tomorrow. And make it emphatic.
Tomorrow.
Emphatic.
Wait a minute. What about Ella? Miss Browning. We can't go out and leave her here alone.
Oh, fiddlesticks. She's lived here long enough without getting into trouble. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I want to meet this Scotland Yard guy and get the lowdown. Maybe it's an English ape. And the district attorney wants to see us as soon as we get through here.
Well, it's almost time for Scotland Yard to put in an appearance.
I bet this is all just a scheme to get us away from the Prynne house. I've been doing some thinking, and it's going to take more than an old coot of an ape to make me give up my share of that money. It's too bad that ape didn't attack me.
Yes, it is too bad.
What's that?
If he had, I have no doubt of what the outcome would have been.
Why, Ella, dear, where are you going?
I'm leaving, Mr. Pren.
Leaving? What for?
I'm afraid of what's going on in this house. There might be more murders.
I don't think so, my dear. Now those other people are gone.
Why, you think they had something to do with the murders?
One of them did. I'm quite sure of that, my dear.
But what about the ape?
I've come to believe that the ape was an obsession of mine, brought on by brooding for years over that foolish curse. Please don't leave me.
I don't know what to say, Mr. Pren.
You know, there's something I've wanted to talk to you about for days, but I hesitated because, Ella, darling, I wanted to ask you to be my wife.
Chanda.
Why, no, dear, she's just my housekeeper. You know, she's been brooding a great deal lately, and I think she's terribly homesick. And I think I'll let her go back. There's no hurry. Take your time and think it over.
Well,
In the meantime, please don't leave me. And after all, my dear, a brave little nurse doesn't run away from her duty.
all right, Mr. Pren. I'll stay. I think I'll go to bed now.
My dear.
Good night. Scotland Yard.
Oh, well. The plumber.
You, the man from Scotland Yard?
Yep, I've seen him before. He's the McCoy, all right.
Scotland Yard. Incredible.
Scotland Yard first became interested in the case when 2 people were killed in Friend's house in London. The case baffled the Yard officers in London, and they came to believe implicitly that the Hindu curse was behind the murders.
Nonsense.
That's what I thought. And when I was assigned to the case, I found out that Mr. Pren was having a new water system installed in his house. That's how I became the dumb plumber.
Have you solved this mystery yet?
I have,
Then why didn't you tell us about it last night and prevent the murders?
but I didn't solve it until after the murders. As a matter of fact, we haven't any actionable evidence yet. We must trap the ape and whoever's behind him. That's why I asked you to meet me here.
All right, let's hear the story.
Well, we're not all here yet. We must wait for Miss Ella Browning.
But you didn't say anything about her in your note.
She wasn't in the room when I left. One of you would have had to tell her. And the walls at the Pren house have ears. I left a note in her room. She should be here any minute.
Why didn't you tell me? I'd have gotten her out of there. I don't care for this whole setup.
Shanda, you know, I don't think you've been looking at all well lately.
You think so, Sahib?
Yes, I was thinking that an ocean voyage might do you good. How do you think you'd like a trip back home?
Will the Sahib go with me?
Well, no. No, you see, Shanda, I have a lot of important things to attend to here.
Do you wish me to go alone?
Yes. Well, that is, you can go on ahead, and as soon as I clear things up, I'll join you.
Very well.
That's a good girl. Not bad for a cripple, eh?
My people have taught the Sahib many tricks.
You know, I have to laugh when I think how we fooled all those saps with the curse of Kalai. Kalai, old kid, you're all right. Come on, Shanda. Drink a toast to Kalai. Kalai, my pal. Here you are to Kalai, who knows nothing.
And here's to Kalai, who knows everything.
Well, here's to both of them. All 6 of them. Long may they wave. Yes, Sir Kalai. We certainly fooled them, didn't we? When that old priest of yours spouted all that junk about a curse. He didn't know I'd have a chance to make good use of it someday, did he? Did he? There. You...
It's the Tom-Tom. Another murder. Ella! If anything happens to that girl...
Shonda, it's the Tom-Toms again. I know, but it's gone now. Where's Mr. Prim? He is asleep. Poor man, he's tired. The Tom-Toms didn't even awaken him. Are you sure he's asleep? He's asleep. The Ma'am Sahib must also be tired. Why does she not go to rest?
Oh, that's what I was trying to do when those darn tom-toms started again.
It is done, O Kali. Revenge is thine.
Around the house.
That's her room.
That's the end of him.
What are you trying to do?
Want to see who it is? Why, his head won't come off.
Huh?
Why, this ain't the real McCoy.
This whole thing is so obvious, folks. This man, Friend, was a self-centered miser. And when the investors in the old expedition insisted on a showdown, he preferred to kill them rather than give up the money. Is that clear?
The only thing that's clear to me is that we're not going to get any of that money.
Now, this Shanda, the Hindu woman, was also a priestess of Kali and could train an ape.
Where did they get the ape?
6 months ago, an ape was stolen from the Metropolitan Zoo. The same thing happened in London a year ago.
Mr. Smith, what we'd really like to know is how the murders were committed.
Here. Very simple, my dear Mr. Pickens. Very simple. The ape was trained to go immediately to the incense when it heard the tom-tom and break the neck of the first person it met. Miss Browning, I hope you've recovered from the shock.
Thank you very much.
You have.
Where did they hide the ape?
In the secret panel of that bookcase.
Ah. But Prem was paralyzed. Clancy proved that.
That's what he thought. But a man of Prem's willpower could easily fail to react to a kick in the shins.
If Prem was the murderer, how come he got croaked?
Yeah.
Shanda was jealous of Miss Browning, the nurse, and had the ape kill Prem. She also tried to have the ape kill Miss Browning.
Chanda, while we're standing here gassing, she's getting away. Boyer,
Yeah.
Clancy.
Don't worry. She won't get far. I've attended to that.
It looks like everybody's handling this case but me.